The price of coffee went up 70% in 2024 and finished the year at an all-time high. What does that mean for your cup of coffee and your local coffee shop? Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to Ispirare Coffee. Welcome to Coffeeshop Vibes. I'm Mike. Happy New Year. Hopefully 2024 was great and 2025 will be even better. It might not be for coffee prices. Here's why. Hey guys, welcome to, YouTube's only show focused to help enhance your specialty coffee shop experience. Well, you might have noticed, and I'm sure your local coffee shop might have raised prices at some point in 2024. And if they haven't, well, I would expect them to raise prices in 2025. Here's the thing, coffee prices are at an all-time high. They were up 70% last year, and they finished 2024, starting the year now, at the highest all-time prices for what they call the C market, the commodity coffee market. And of course, especially coffee shops like ours use coffee that's priced actually well above that. So why are coffee prices going up? Well, there are many factors. I'm gonna break them down here over the next minute or two, and I'm gonna tell you what it means for the long term and probably the price of your cup of coffee or your latte moving forward. Coffee is not the highest margin business, I guess, unless you're a fast food chain or a big chain that sells really low quality coffee at a higher price potentially. But for most local specialty coffee shops like ours, if you know our backstory, my wife and I, we took our love of coffee, turned it into Ispirare Coffee Company, and then opened our town's first ever, our county's first ever specialty coffee house. Now I think that's been better for the town, bringing people in to our old town here in Western PA and helping revitalize the area. But it's not been as financially rewarding to us as I think people think. So it is a low margin business already, and the price of coffee is really impacting local coffee shops, just so you know, and everybody in their supply chain as well. So here's why coffee is going up. Well, there's a couple factors. The first being just the climate and the environment. It was some poor growing years in various areas around the globe. Coffee, of course, grows around the equator, and good coffee, like the single origin El Salvadoran coffee, needs to grow at elevation. And if there's drought and such, like we've seen a lot in Central America and South America, Brazil's the largest coffee producing country in the world. They've been hit very hard by climate. So I don't know if that's going to change in the coming years, get better or get worse, but lower crop volume, higher quality crop volume is a major factor. One of, I think, three factors in increasing the price of coffee. So definitely the climate right now, what's going on in Central and South America is really impacted. Secondly, logistics, right? The ships, we get coffee from Sumatra, and back in May, the price went up because ships were going around Africa and all that stuff. The way the world is right now, there are geopolitical risks, right? And geopolitical factors that are making it a little bit harder logistically to get coffee from certain places in the world to places like the main markets. The main markets now being obviously United States and Europe, but there's a third emerging market, which is Asia, and that's the third reason why your price of coffee is going up. There's been a lot of increased demand both here locally in the United States, in Europe, and then in Asia. The demand in Asia in the last 30 years has really increased, and people projected to continue to increase. Like I've said, we bought coffees. We sometimes do these auction coffees. The cool thing about Ispirare is we want to have kind of like a big city coffee shop experience in our small town. And we'll actually go and buy and roast small batches of coffee, like sometimes as low as like 22 pounds or, a big 70-kilo bag, but that's it. And we buy these at auction. And I've done coffees here where I say, well, we're really, I think the only coffee shop in the United States doing this, because half of it went to, most of it went to Korea. So there's a huge demand, especially for high-end coffee in the Far East or in Asia, that is also driving up coffee. So long story short, you got climate and drought, you got logistical and geopolitical challenges, and you got demand increases, and that's why specialty coffee and even the general coffee market, which is what you see in the financial news, the coffee market or the C market, that's up 70% this year. And of course, the coffee your local specialty coffee shop is using is higher than that. What does it mean for you? Well, it's going to mean obviously it's going to mean higher prices because the cost of cups and logistics and to heat your coffee shop and the logistics around your coffee shop to take the garbage. All that has either remained the same or gone up. Most cases gone up. So Probably mean a more expensive latte. You've seen a lot of places. I can't believe the prices of lattes in some of these places. But it also will mean a more expensive cup of coffee, which I know we've seen here, particularly over 2014, and you'll probably see it at least in the first half of 2025, and we'll see where we go from there. All right, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, you want to learn more about coffee and coffee shops, I think nothing is more pertinent than the price of coffee when you go to coffee shops. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We give you tips and insights on coffee and coffee shops all across the world, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Live inspired. See you soon.